Good evening, YouTubers. I'm already hearing some owls go off. I'm out here to do another night investigation. I am out on the private property of Owens Hill. Right over there in that clover trees back there, that's the actual hill. It's the highest point in Ashtabula County, Ohio, at 1,188 feet. I'm currently, where I'm at is at 1,120 feet. Okay, we may end up climbing that too. Let me show you here. Okay, this is Tech Sergeant Mackey. We are going to do an investigation, okay, and I need your guys' help. Okay, if you hear something or see something, I need you to say something, drop something in the comment. It's an interactive hiking adventure. Okay, we're on the private property of the Owens Hill area. Okay, so right off the bat, this is, I was out here about a month ago. It seems like, gosh, the time flies. But this is what is it, the soy? Gosh, I'm hearing all kinds of noises. Okay. It looks like it is up higher. And I am definitely, yeah, I'm hearing all kinds of noises. Okay, so this is about 24 miles from my front door. And I got out here and realized I left my extra battery packs, which will limit some of the stuff, the amount of time that I can be out here. But what I want to do is I'm going to be testing the super cool, the new, okay, the O-ring flashlight. Okay, this is called, what is it, the Marauder 2, okay? This sucker is a beast, 16 ounces, so it's 1 pound, and it definitely has some girth to it, okay? And this claims on high to be 14,000 looms. Now, Olight's like a big brand name, okay? And we're gonna see if this thing lives up to its billing. Now, it has the bonus feature of you can charge it and keep it on high. However, I left the battery pack sitting at home. Okay, so we'll have to test that one out later. Okay, but this one is, we were looking for any wildlife, the predator activity especially, and what we had reports out of here were a mimic, something that was mimicking people's voice, people calling them by their names. Okay, when I was out here last, had a rock thrown at me. Now, if you remember this place, this is where you heard all the coyote calls. Okay, because there's a lot of coyote that are on this property. Okay, so I did bring with me a bunch of glow sticks to mark the path, but we're going to go in. Okay, and so I'm going to start out. I have the power tech has been acting up. Okay, and it's not really charging good. And I don't know what's going to happen. I got a call on that, but it will work a little bit. But we're going to start out with that. Okay, and then we're going to check out the Marauder here. Is going to be in my hand. Okay, because this is a beast. Actually, I can stick this up near the hole puncher. Okay. Oh, I have a possum running past me there. Did you see that? It's right there. Yep, we got a possum right off the bat. Okay. Now, you know I love all the wildlife. Catching it on camera. And catching something like that right off the get-go is a plus. Okay. So I've done my introduction there. It's about 66 degrees. Fairly humid. Okay, so a little buggy. And there's no breeze. There is no breeze. It's a perfect night for a hike. Now, unfortunately, it's starting, I see driving out here, there's some fog that's starting to settle over the fields. Okay. And a lot of bugs. Okay. So that we got the introduction. and all that stuff out of the way, I'll only be talking for, I guess what you say is pertinent things. Okay. Again, this is private property. I contacted the owner. He said go out there and have a blast. Just be careful. And we'll see how this goes. Now, they have a lot of, you can see right there, dead ahead, that's the big tractor he has back here. They have a lot of path markers up in certain areas, but we got lost back here last time. So I have a lot of glow sticks with me. Okay, you see that's what that was. That's a path marker right there. So I'm not expecting this power tech to last that long, but we have all the other flashlights for the backup, and we'll be testing the Marauder 2 back here. See, they have little markers all over here. And they do have tree stands and like a wooden shack that they built up back here. You can see all the path markers up ahead. Oh, and just an FYI, I gotta show you here. Okay, back in the camos. The main reason is I'm on private property, and I really can't scare anyone out here. But wow, just the forest noise? No. This area is near Owen Hill Road, named after Owen Hill, obviously. Okay, Owens Hill. Okay, and you'll get a car or two coming up and down that every now and then. And about a mile and a half away is State Route 7. You may possibly hear some traffic from that. But other than that, there should be no other noise pollution, which is good. Pretty quiet, other than our night bugs and toads, or frogs. spider web right to the face. Let's see how the path goes here. So we're gonna make it to the cabin. Bugs. Vegetation is thick, which does make it harder to find critters. That was me stepping there. There's our cabin. Okay. See the pipe, the metal pipe on the top of that, giving off a glare. And back that way is where we're gonna go, but we're gonna check around, look around this first. Okay, you see, look, nobody's been in here, spider webs all across it. Okay. Where we went kind of wandering was over, he's got the deer feeder. I don't know if he's got anything in it. Got some large spider webs. But where we went last time was like straight off from this. It definitely looks grown up a lot more. Just even from a couple of, a few weeks. He was very curious with this deer feeder how mud got all the way up here on it when it's just sitting here stationary. He didn't have an explanation for that, but he hasn't filled it. So I'm looking through this, and we only have about a temperature variance of about like 5 to 6 degrees on that thermal, which literally means just there's nothing, there's no animals. It's not picking up anything other than the vegetation. This is where we started to go back. Okay. Now we'll be putting up glow sticks all along the way. I got some of the blue ones from Jack, and I got some of my own. Okay. Okay. And every so often we'll be putting up some of these. See, that glow stick comes in pretty good. And this ground is soft. There we go. That's a fresh deer track. Can't get it on the thermal there to come in. Sometimes you can see that, see the heat. I definitely see acorns. It's a car revving up. So this is kind of muddy here. Do have the mucks on. This is really muddy. Okay. See, I put green one there. Alright, I'm sinking in there. See, raccoon. Okay, that was bad. Okay, that was real bad. Okay. Seen a raccoon track in there too, but wasn't expecting to sink like that. We have to kick these off before I get into my car. Just before I turned the camera on, I was hearing an owl. Ooh, spider web. You can see you got the purple one. I see something going up there. I heard something that way. It's a path marker Eric put up, property owner. And a yellow one there. And look at that spider web. Yikes. Okay. I'm gonna get a stick and clear that. I don't feel like going through that. Going through spider webs. I see them all over back here. See more spider webs going across there. Okay. Get me on the ground is all thorns. I'm trying to get me a stick to knock this web down here. That one. And we're going to hide. Green one. There. So if you look back, and we can see that. Can't really see the other ones. Smells like somebody's got a fire nearby. So we got kind of stagnant air. Oh, got something over there. I got it on the thermal. Let's hit the marauder. I think, right, oh, I got a little mouse on a tree right here. You see that guy? I was like, why do I have a heat signature on the tree? That's just Jerry. Okay, trying to hide from Tom. Okay, I turn the marauder off. You see that sucker is bright. Oh, and I just clicked on. About blinded me there. So we got Jerry in the tree there. I'm pretty sure I'll have to review that thermal, but it looked like a deer, but it ran from me. Watch now, because he's had a lot of coyote on this property. So we got green there. Pro Series Tech 3000. That's my backup flashlight. I'm going to hit that one too because it goes out pretty deep. Okay, we're going to save the marauder as much as we can. But I have both hands occupied. I'm going to be clipping a lot of those glow sticks. And I think I'm going to make a little bend here. Wait. Thought I seen something back there. I can't see anything on the thermal. So that Marauder 2 on high, which is what I'm going to need it at, is on high, will only last about 43 minutes. So I'm going to try to conserve that and use that for when I can. There. I just heard a boom. That sounded like that was probably something humans did. There's a ton of sticks, like it's unavoidable. And I'm going to be hitting these things. Some of these glow sticks do not want to break. I just heard that sounded like coyotes. It sounds like there's a pack of coyotes around me. They're not far from me. Just heard something that way. There's something. I don't know if that's a domestic. I'm going to try to continue this way. If I can. Power tag's about to die. And with me having forgot the battery packs, hearing like thumping that way. It sounds like somebody setting off fireworks or something, but I can't tell. It is August 24th. I'm not sure what there is to set off. I don't know if that's fireworks or not. I can hear a series of thumps way off in the distance. And behind me, it's not on this property, not close to me. There we go, we got a green one up. Yeah, that definitely sounds like somebody like popping off some fireworks. I do miss, in the wintertime, there's areas I won't be able to go because it'll be hunting season, or, in fall. Nobody's going to be popping off fireworks. And I guess each season has their pros and cons. Heard something break that way. A big spider web in my path. I knock it down with a flashlight. Get off, get off. We have one there, and I'm sorry, I have this zoomed in. Okay, sometimes I don't know what's wrong with me. Just like I forgot my 2 batteries. Okay, I have my moments. I'm gonna try to follow my glow sticks. My same path back. This is a big area. It's got buzzed right here. Now, ideally, I'd like to go out here and spend a lot of time doing this, being out here. The initial plans were supposed to go with cameraman to claim 3, and that fell through. So ended up not going there. Okay. Go up my nose. Man, there are a lot of bugs. Okay. Okay, we got a purple one there. sure our pathway's kind of decaying. We got a random rock in the fields. It's interesting how some of this stuff gets here. Purple one. This is just some. I heard something there. Thick woods. Ate a spider web. Okay. Thought I heard something there. This is a real cool area. I don't know whether it's I'm too loud or what, but everything's probably running from me. That one we hung up a little higher. Heard something. I hear an explosion in the background. That's just country bumpkins. Got this tree in front of me putting off a large heat signature on it, but I don't see anything living. What? I see. Let me sidestep a little bit. The heat signature back. Put another marker here because I don't want to get lost. Man, these things are fighting with me. They don't want to break. They're smaller ones. Okay. So that looks like there's some sort of hole in there. There might be a critter living in that. Okay. We're gonna have to turn back. I just was trying to, I don't see it anymore. I had a heat signature and I can't find it. Okay. So let me just show you lights. You can see which way we need to go. And man, it's hot out here. Okay. So this took us about 43 minutes out. Okay. Power tech is actually still running, but it's low. See, that's just the power tech. Okay. I'm gonna get part of the way back and then the big gun's coming out. Because the big thing is here is we gotta find our way back. Because as I found out, you can 100% get lost and turned around in these woods. I mean, like serious lost. There's mushrooms there. So that's why I put up the glow sticks and see if I can find my own glow sticks. Now they do got tree stands. I gotta come up here and just sat in the tree stand and waited. And drop in the comments if you think that's a good idea. I can do that. Okay. I gotta try. And let me see if I can see my glow sticks. I can't. Tried to place my glow sticks where I would be able to find them. There we go. There is our purple one. Okay. Breaking every stick on the ground. Okay. I remember this rock over here. And there's our next glow stick. Funny how some of that yellow fungus on that tree is putting off heat. Now, I gotta say this here. I've seen on the ground a lot of acorns. I've seen, looking at some of the trees, I've seen some of the oak trees. I gotta tell you this. I haven't heard anything drop in these woods. Nothing has fallen from a tree here. Okay. Now I gotta try and find my next point. There, I just heard something drop. That I heard something loud. That was beyond a drop. Huh. That was loud. Okay. I gotta kind of keep my 6 covered because I'm hearing stuff behind it. Okay. Ground is like really soft, and I am not seeing any of my waypoints. Huh. Alright, let me go all the lights that way. Try to look around, because I do not see any of my glow sticks. See, that was going to be the trick there, was could I follow my way out? I guess we'll find out, huh? What is that? I didn't see that. That looks like a balloon or something that floated over here. Okay. Dude, I am not seeing any of my glow sticks anywhere. I don't remember seeing that balloon, so. Kind of want to think that I had like drifted this way. But I'm not sure. Yeah, eventually I gotta see one of those glow sticks. I hear an aircraft coming over, which is odd. I'd like to pop up my flight tracker and see what I can find. think I was going this way, but I don't know. Power tack has went dead completely. And I'm about to stumble and fall. Okay. I cannot believe that I cannot find glow sticks anywhere. Ooh, that was a rock. Son of a bitch. Did you hear that? Holy crap. That had some velocity on it. Okay. Holy crap, man. I'm hearing some movement. None of this looks familiar. Okay. I'm not sure how the heck I managed to do this. That was a rock throw, definitely had some force to it. And dude, I cannot find my way. So I just gotta keep moving. This happened to me and the property owner. I thought he knew his way around here. We didn't even bring a flashlight. And we got lost out here. ate a spider web. God. Noises, man. Okay. Okay. What I'm gonna have to do. Okay, so I accidentally turned the camera off to go look at the map. And I'm not really in that bad of shape as I thought I was. Big thing I'm gonna be hurting for is the editing on this, trying to put these two videos together. Okay. I swear to God, I'm hearing stuff move around me. What was that noise? I'm hearing coyote. For some reason, I haven't worn the camo pants in a while and they're falling off of me. And you need two hands, unfortunately, to cinch them up more. And I don't have two hands. Okay. Huh. Ow. Set up glow sticks, and I still got lost. Alrighty. But I'm heading in the right direction, I think. Again, I may have to stop the video, check the map, and I'm going to keep the thermal going. Okay. Good stick I stepped on there. That sounded like another rock throw. Okay. So I've had 2 rock throws. I think faintly in the distance I see one of my glow sticks. And I'm going to head towards that. Right there, I see one of my green glow sticks. I think I see one over there too. Like I said, I got all turned around. But I think once I get over here to this glow stick, it's going to have me onto the right path. In theory, gigantic spider webs. Try to get around that. Okay. Spider webs. Okay. So there we go. And I see my green glow stick. Hallelujah. Praise Jesus. And up ahead I see another marker. I say 2 rock throws. Both of those sounded like they had a little anger behind them. So, it was irritating. I did that. I'm mad at myself over that. There's the marker. That's the marker Eric put up. I was using that. It definitely means I'm on the right trail. There's one of my glow sticks. Definitely on the right trail. That's the thing, if you're out in the woods like that, and you get turned around, don't panic. I believe I got my purple glow stick up ahead there, yep. You can see my little trail of them. There's our big mud pit. Okay, it's a purple glow stick. There's a lot of sticks. I'm like breaking here. At this point, I'm gonna get out of this and I'm gonna head over and check the field. There's where I sunk in the mud. There's our green glow stick. dog. And can see the deer feeder and my blue glow stick. All good things, all good things. And there is the shed. Okay. So now the big thing is my editor has not worked well with the iPhone videos. I'm trying to split them together. So we got to see what we can do about trying to get these to work together. Okay. Now this is our little shed. Okay. You see the path goes further into that way, but we ain't going that way. We're heading out. Bugs getting on my lens and screen. Okay, so the thermal will have no gaps in it. One drawback with the thermal is that has to go onto an editor only because it will record everything continuously. However, it breaks them up into 5-minute segments. And then I have to piece it all together. I don't know why it does that. Okay. Now my friend, that's the property owner. He's a police officer and he is at work. He doesn't work near here. So, I believe he works in Lake County, far away. Here's some cars from the road. Okay. So I learned something else too. Your video will turn off if you try to look at anything else on the phone. I didn't know that. Kind of guessed that, which is why I had never done it. But didn't know it actually for sure. Okay. See, there is one of the tree stands. So when we were here last, Nathan was sitting over here waiting for us, and he got lost. And he got scared because he kept hearing footsteps around him over here in this area. So he ended up locking himself in the truck. And he had a 22 rifle with him and was still scared. All right, so maybe some other time I will do better at this. we're going to check some other areas out here and see if we can find anything. And that's where I'm going to hit the marauder too. Okay. There's a backhoe tractor. Okay. And there's this trail cam. Howdy. There's another tree stand. So I'm sure, I messaged him. He probably has that, so he gets the messages. Okay, so the power tech completely dead. And again, I'm going to have to call them and say your flashlight isn't really holding up that well. Okay, oh, here we come out to the field. And this is the area I want to hit with the marauder. Okay. Okay. So let me click that off. Okay. Now, I want you to look up the size. You can see the stars in the sky and bugs. A lot of bugs. Okay. 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 Whoop. Okay. It is pretty darn bright. Pretty cool because you can switch it to like a spotlight. Watch. And then it just hits just that square. Okay. Or you light up the entire area, which I prefer. Okay. It's a little bulkier. It's not as easy to carry. And like I said, you have gear always shift around. These pants I'm not used to wearing. Haven't worn in a while. Oh, and funny story about that. I go to get these pants. Well, I had them folded up on my floor down in my basement in my area and I go to get them and they are loaded. I mean loaded with cat hair. My cat Patches, who is also known as the Punk, decided that was the perfect bed and left little pieces of her all over. I mean inundated to where like I had to get the vacuum out and clean them off. So the Punk strikes again. Now what I wanted to do was check this area and see if we have any of the coyotes around. I hear another airplane, and it's like, this is not a common flight path for airplanes. Okay. So unfortunately though, the drawback of this is that I never have two hands to do stuff. Okay. And right now with this flashlight, I got both hands occupied. So trying to hitch up my pant, and I can't pull the belt tighter because it requires 2 hands, and I just don't have it. So I just keep having to pull up, unfortunately. So we're gonna check through to this other field too. I am sweating, but I'm sweating like way more than what I think I should be. Okay. I'm gonna adjust like equipment here to try and keep my pants from falling down. Yeah, I gotta really work on getting myself put together tighter for these. Okay, I was not trying to step on a stick there. It just ended up. Up on thorns and eat a spider web and get tangled on sticks. Holy crap. I can see something across the field right here. You can see the tracks through the grass, and that was fairly recent. You can see there's nothing out here. Doesn't look like it anyway. Okay. Now let's see if we can get back in here a little smoother than we did getting out there. I still feel like I have spider webs in my face. I feel like I gotta put my pants up like I'm Steve Urkel to keep them from falling down. Okay. All right, so kind of recapping. Seen a possum, a mouse, what was probably a deer, and then had 2 rock throws. Oh, and got lost. Heard some creepy sounds, definitely heard some coyotes. Okay. Overall, a good night. I always wish I found more. And got to test out a pretty cool flashlight. Tell me what you think of the Marauder 2. So you got to see the other ones first. And I keep swinging it away from the camera, so my apologies. Because fortunately this beast is freehand, and that's why I like having the power tack, at least on low, to keep a solid light there. But for some reason it's not working. So there's another time I'm gonna have to go over there and go up onto the hill. Pretty cool spot. We had a lot of thorns, I will say that. That hill is covered in thorns. Pretty cool. We actually went up there and found the U.S. government's marking this as the highest point in the county, which was pretty neat. And it was like back in the, I think it was the 1920s, 1930s. The marking it was dated too. And again, so I always wish I found more, but maybe I did. You guys got to listen, watch, drop in the comments, because always you hear that? There's something making some weird noise in there. Okay, so I do gotta say, on the thermal, for my rate of catching things on thermal, I've tried to make every adjustment I can, and I think I've upped my percentage about 5, maybe 6%. So I think when I say that, about 36% of the things that come across that thermal I catch, which leaves 64% that I don't catch, that I need you guys for. And I review it as well. And the sounds, sometimes there's been sounds that I didn't hear that are definitely there, which is creepy. So, all right, on that note, I'm going to say thank you for watching. God bless you from a buggy night out here on the Owens Hill, that is. Alrighty. God bless you. And let's see if I can manage to occupy the hands there to turn this off. Okay. God bless you.